But it is time to hit social media for cash tags. For that, we'd like to welcome in Megan Brantley, the VP of Research at LikeFolio.com, and Fast Market contributor Evelyn Baker here in studio with us. Talk some Amazon here on Fang Plus Friday.
So there's so many different directions that you can go with Amazon. They have their foot in so many different sectors and industries, and there's been a lot of headline news even this week about the company, what with Nike deciding to remove its merchandise off Amazon.com. But Megan, I'm interested, what are you keyed into with Amazon right now?
So whenever we look at Amazon, like you mentioned, there's so many different ways that a consumer could talk about shopping with Amazon. The majority of our mentions that we record are mentions of people using their Amazon Prime service. We also are listening for mentions of shopping at Whole Foods. We're listening for mentions of people using Twitch, using, Audible, using their Kindle, using Amazon Music. But what we see is strength year over year for Amazon. This is really bolstered by their successful Prime Day that they had. It was, I think, the highest that we've recorded since we've been tracking. And you see a little bit of quarter over quarter weakness, but I think that's okay because we're really just ramping up and getting into that holiday shopping season. That's where the bulk of the activity is going to fall from our data's perspective for Amazon moving forward.
Megan, if you look at the 3-month or 6-month charts of some of these stocks, brick and mortar have kind of gained on Amazon in terms of the stock price. There's been a pretty good snapback of a recovery, and Walmart's numbers were good. Walmart, surprisingly, has really turned out to be the #1 competitor of Amazon, and they seem to be not only holding their own but winning against Amazon. Is that starting to show up in any of your data, the Walmart-Amazon comparison?
Yes, I love that you brought that up because one area we zoomed in on this week specifically is groceries, especially after Walmart's report. They had really good digital sales as well. And what we're seeing is strength in people who are talking about grocery shopping in Walmart specifically. I think that the chart you're looking at now, these are mentions of consumers, talking about shopping for groceries and going to buy food at these different places, Walmart, Target, and Amazon. And whenever we include Amazon, we are including that Whole Foods that they now own. So you get a little bit of the Amazon Fresh. I think that Amazon's strength, when you dive into those mentions, it's actually driven by Whole Foods. We actually see a decline in Amazon Fresh. So that traditional, Amazon Prime ordering groceries model versus going to an actual store or location to pick something up. And I think that Walmart and Target have both done a really good job setting up their curbside delivery and also allowing consumers to even have these grocery items delivered same day. When you look at the growth rate for Walmart and Target, it is higher than that of Amazon, even though it does look like Amazon has a little bit of an edge over Target from a volume perspective.
I know that over the past few months, all these different companies have been really competing with that same-day delivery service that we know really weighed on Amazon's profits, which we saw in its last earnings report. But to the grocery point, Megan, I have this tweet from Bears superfan Kev.
What, is that yours, Kevin?
Whoa! I have no knowledge of that.
Well, this Twitter user says, I thought we had Amazon Fresh, which was their grocery store brand. I've been using it for 2 years now. I chose this because you mention Whole Foods being part of your data tracking Amazon's consumer purchase intent mentions with grocery stores. But of course, Amazon also announced that they're opening a new grocery store in LA that's supposedly not going to compete with Whole Foods. But what is this all about? Are you able to sort of dissect even the grocery store mentions if, doing all of these different avenues is maybe pulling away from one or the other?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's kind of what spurred this. Whenever we saw Amazon, make that announcement that they're going into an actual, brick and mortar regular grocery store type model. And what we're seeing in our data is that perhaps, Walmart and Target, they're already well positioned, and even Kroger, that they're already able to capture these regular grocery store customers. So it's interesting that Amazon is trying to get into this, that apparently, I don't know if they're not seeing the success out of Whole Foods that they thought they would. We're definitely seeing a decline in the Amazon Fresh mentions that this Twitter user is talking about. So maybe they're trying something to see if they can, get a piece of the pie that Walmart and Target and have been taking from them.
I'll never forget when Amazon came out and bought Whole Foods. Kroger's stock got annihilated over a 2 or 3 day period. And what people don't realize when they look at Kroger is massive.
Yeah.
They are a massive company that's not going anywhere. And the failure or the struggles of the whole Whole Foods experiment, I wonder if it leads me to a bigger purchase on the horizon for Amazon, because I don't think they're getting the traction that they want so far.
Yeah. Well, I have another tweet from LikeFolio, who says that they bought a long call in Amazon options and that they're looking for a run up before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the Christmas holiday shopping. And so we, of course, know how big these huge consumer shopping days are for these retail companies like Amazon. But Megan, with your data with the grocery stores, and it's competing against Walmart and Target, and with holiday shopping right around the corner, where do you see Amazon right now?
I think that right now, Amazon Prime mentions, they are improving. I think that people will still use Prime to shop for their Christmas gifts, or at least that's what we're seeing the consumer tell us. But the consumer is also shopping at Walmart. They're also shopping at Target. They're ordering these things online. And I think that the consumer isn't necessarily loyal to a specific deliverer of the goods. They're looking for, how can I get my goods in the fastest and cheapest manner for the best deal? So I think that it's really important. That's something that we're going to be tracking into this holiday shopping season. I read a stat where consumers are estimated to spend $1 trillion this year. That's just insane on holiday shopping. So that's definitely something that we're going to watch for, to see if, Walmart and Target can keep chipping away at that Amazon delivery advantage.
All righty, Megan, what I'm hearing is Amazon looks good, but they're not the only player in town anymore, so we want to see how this season shakes up and how that projects into the future. But great stuff as always. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you guys too.
All righty, Evelyn, thanks to you as well.